All right, so today I'm going to show you how you can change a valve stem without taking the tire off. So to replace the valve stem, I'm going to be using this little kit here, something that's easily obtainable online. I'll put a link down in the description. But basically, it's these four pieces. Now, you got to buy your valve stem that is the right size for your wheel, so make sure you know what valve stem you need. This actually screws in to the end of this rod here, so that way you can hold on to that while you're pushing the valve stem in. This piece here is to reach in and pull the valve stem out of the wheel, again, without removing the tire. And then this piece is used with this piece to push the new valve stem into the wheel and then pull it back out to seat it. So I'm going to show you how this is done. So again, the first part we're going to start with is this tool here. We're going to come in to the side of this. We're going to push this tool into the wheel. All right, so we've got the valve stem pulled over here. It's still holding on with a little bit of rubber there. And then we're going to put the hook on this valve stem on the base of it. So when we come over here to try to pull it out, it's just big enough to pull out of the hole. Now, you have to work on this a little bit. It's not going to be super easy to just push this tool into the side of this. Most likely it's going to come in here, it's going to rip the valve stem like this, but you want to try to keep it together so that this doesn't fall off in your tire. I've heard of people getting this part stuck in their tire, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, but you want to get this out if you can. So try not to tear the whole valve stem off. So this tool is basically hooking this and just pulling this whole piece out of the wheel, right? So that's why I was able to get the whole valve stem out. This tool here is actually going to go on top of that valve stem hole. And then we're going to take this and push it down into this tube, which is going to squish it all the way down into the hole. To do that, we're going to take the valve stem cover off. And then we are going to use this tool here. This is where this tool comes in. And it actually threads on top of the valve stem itself. So you have a really nice snug grab on this valve stem when you're pushing it down into this tube. We're going to put just a little bit of soap on this to make this slide in a lot easier, and it's going to compress this rubber to get it down into that hole down there. And then once it's in there, well, we've got a good connection here. We're just going to pull it into place, and then you unscrew it, and then basically your valve stem's in. So I actually moved the tire down off my tailgate onto the ground because I underestimated the amount of force that I have to put behind this to push it in. You hold the tube and you basically push that valve stem down into that hole. Now you have the valve stem pushed into the tire. Just going to get a pair of pliers, grab the top of that valve stem. My hands are slippery. And now, that's it. Valve stem's put in. It's holding well. Now I'm going to air it up. And that's how you put a valve stem in without taking off the tire. You need one of these kits, and they work great. All right, so I hope that was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care.